Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Pause Talk. And today, in this new year, we have Sowmya with us. She is a woman empowerment life coach, and she's also a healing facilitator. Welcome, Sowmya.
Thank you so much, Monica ji.
So, I will request Sowmya to now introduce herself.
Sure. So, I'm a women empowerment life coach, and I facilitate in healing, especially, the mental, emotional suffering or trauma, overthinking, anxiety, negativity, anger issues, depression, and all of these things. Because I have gone through all of this in my life earlier, and have come out of all of that. So, and I could actually see that how I was, suffering and all of that. So it was, and then I learned actually. I gave so much of time and, I invested resources into myself for my personal development and transformation. And I learned a lot of things and I came out of everything. So from there, I got that inspiration. Maybe I should say a calling, because initially I was not even thinking about becoming a coach or a trainer or anything like that. But later I feel that it was surely a calling, and then I started on this journey. And since 2020 I have been doing this, and I work with women. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, Sowmya. 2020 has been a landmark year for many of us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, I know before coming to this field, you would have skilled yourself or educated yourself or something, and you would be working. So I would request you to please share about your professional journey.
Sure. So I have done my master's in computer applications, then into IT. So earlier I was working in software, and I hit actually rock bottom in all areas of my life. All of a sudden, everything literally failed, and I was like clueless on what am I going to, do, or it was like completely um, dark. Like, if I have to
Mm.
say, usually these days I'm kind of people are, terming it the way the, what do you say, that the dark night of the soul. Okay, such kind of a phase I was in, and I was like, I had to quit my job due to some my personal reasons. So not much personal, but yeah, for my son and his mental emotional health and my own, suffering and trauma. It was like I was carrying a volcano within me. That's how
Mm.
it was going on, and
Mm.
I used to have severe anxiety, huge migraine headaches, and so many other, things. Constantly comparing myself, judging myself. So much actually. The list is very long.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I kind of took that pause actually, that
Mm.
I have to do something about my life. This is
Right.
not the way I can go ahead, and I can't really go ahead. I have to stop. So that's where I took that pause.
Yeah. I before I'm even asking, Soumya has already told that she took a pause here. Right. So, but still, I will probe a little and ask you about how you were as a young girl who was so excited about your own college because you've done your master's in your computer applications, which I'm sure is not an easy way to go in life to be in this. And your parents wanted you to get married. And how did you really go about having this kind of an education? What kind of jobs initially that you did, and how was you, because we will come to the pause part later so that we can really know that where you came from, what happened, and where are you now.
Sure, sure. So I completed my post-graduation 2008, and then I got into IT. TCS was my first company. I worked there. And then and then 2010 I got married. 2000 till 2010, yeah, for 7 years I was in the marriage. Then due to some, situations and all, I had to walk out of my marriage. So 2016, I walked out, and especially for an Indian woman walking out of a marriage and facing society and facing herself basically, and living up through all of this and clueless like what to do, how to do, what even how to go about it. And there's so much of confusion, so much of negativity, and anger towards so many things, anger with the self. And I had my son, a 4 years old son, with whom I worked out, and it all happened like that. And basically, I am a person who loves freedom.
Mm.
Freedom is my first baseline. So it's like I can't imagine my life without freedom.
Yeah.
So uh, I strongly feel that after all of these happened, and I, embarked on this personal development journey and all of this, later I understood that it was that freedom for which I was so much, I can say dying or craving or hungry or thirsty or whatever. And I started on this. And it's not just freedom about, freedom about this money thing, or it's general total freedom of the mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
So I think that was what I was actually looking for, which I didn't even know at that point in time. Later on, I understood.
Right, 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 right. So yeah, Soumya, now that we know about your a little background and we know about that you really love freedom, and that is how you are helping also women now to be a little more freedom in all aspects of their life. But in that pause that you have now, you were just mentioned about the pause that you took because you walked out of your marriage because probably I can guess so that there was no freedom in the marriage, and that is how you were able to come out. And freedom is not only about being able to go out and do whatever you want. It is about freedom of living, how you want to live a life. Even if you are sitting at home, you need that freedom to live, freedom of your own self, freedom to be able to have the dignity of your own life. Yeah,
Yes,
that is the kind of freedom which we sometimes don't realize that it is most important, and we keep on taking it. And then when we are absolutely, as you call it, depression nowadays, we are absolutely out of our mind. Then we realize that where we were not creating that kind of a boundary which we would have created, so that we would have had our. So that is a very oxymoron kind of a situation because we need to create a boundary to get freedom.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
true.
please, yeah. So please share us about your pause now.
Okay, so this thing happened where I lost myself totally. And, I used to have these flashes of whatever abuse I went through. And, so many things happened. Okay. So then I was like, okay, then how am I going to, continue my life like this? Because I have a son, my child with me, and who is totally he's like I have him and he has me only, and how am I going to continue my life like this? And there was a point where I try to take my own life. So
Hmm.
then in that point, it's always like when you truly surrender and when you
Absolutely.
truly ask for help, and that surrender comes from within your heart and spirit and not just your mind and some words with your mouth. That is where you get the help from the divine. So
Absolutely.
that was the turning point, literally the turning point in my life, where this is my new birth and my new life. And that was totally a very different person whom I can't kind of relate now. But
Hmm.
yes, uh, that thing, that particular day and night changed everything. And I found a mentor, and I completely and totally 100% surrendered to my mentor. And
Hmm.
I did the work, the inner transformation, the inner self work from that day on for full 1 year, day in, day out, as if I lived, ate, slept, walked, everything, only that I did. And I saw huge changes and shifts and transformation in my own mind, my thoughts, my emotions, my personality. And I understood. who I am.
Hmm.
Till that point in time, I did not even know who I'm actually and what I was really, really looking for. There, I got so much of clarity about myself.
Hmm.
And I went on with other mentors, other coaches, trainers. I went on and on and on. And that too, the most interesting part today when I look back is I did not have a single penny when I did all of this.
Hmm.
I literally sold some of my jewelry, which I got in my marriage from my parents, and pawned some of my jewelry. And I invested. I took that leap of faith and I did it. And I'm so grateful to all the mentors, to the divine, my parents, everyone, and especially my son, because he has been a huge, I don't know what to say also, but he has been all through the time with me in all of
Your pillar of strength. Yeah, pillar of strength.
strength, definitely. Without him, I really doubt I would have been doing all of this today, right? So
Absolutely.
that's how it all happened.
Yeah. And if you will ask him, then he will say, my mom is my greatest support and my greatest strength. So beautiful. That is very nice. So yeah, now that we know that this is the pause, and this is not one person. We have seen lot of women going through this kind of a situation which you are already gone through, and you are having a lot of strength inside. That is what you got to be able to come out of this kind of a situation. But there are so many women who are still in that position. They are not even aware. Sometimes I feel they're not even aware that they are being abused, or they are being, because they find comfort in that zone itself. They feel that if, because I cannot do anything, okay, this is my destiny, this is my karma, and it is all what I have to get. And they keep on suffering and suffering. So they are not able to even come out. They will not even share this to somebody, and they will just I can just say this is just a waste of a human life, which they go through all of this.
Yeah.
But yes, you were strong enough to come out, and you are now strong enough to help so many women to come out of their situation. So anybody who's listening this and is really suffering, please reach out to Sowmya for your help, because she's there. She's gone through all of this. She's been through, and she's the right person to hold your hand. So I will ask you now, Sowmya, what is that pause that you are doing, which is really helping so many other women? How you are doing all of it?
Sure. I have my coaching and training programs, which help the women to, you know, in fact, I have to say, unleash themselves, rediscover themselves, all of that. So, initially, it is a 3 months program, which I'm doing, which I called Become a Peaceful Warrior. And after that, if they are, and people are getting amazing results out of it because I have put my
I'm
heart and
sure.
soul into it.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So, and then if they want to continue, there are other coaching programs as well, which I call the main, it's called the Elite Coaching Program, which is for 1 year with me, and it's called Become an Unstoppable You. And in that program, we have 4 different pillars, which I talk about. First one is definitely become a peaceful warrior, which is the foundation of everything. Knowing yourself, body, mind, your thoughts, emotions, how do you work, uh, user manual of the mind, especially, and so much, why we are suffering, a lot of in-depth, uh, transformative inner work, lot of healing work, everything. And then I have something called the Incredible You program, where you get to know your superpowers, your limiting beliefs, what is stopping you from becoming successful, and decision making, and where your wheel of life, and so many other things in that. Every pillar itself is in itself a huge transformation program. So each pillar is for 3 months. So it's a total of 1 year of journey with me. So the third pillar is all about the self. We have 12 aspects of the self, like self-worth, self-compassion, self-forgiveness, self-respect, and so on and so forth. And finally, the fourth one, because I have kept the fourth one as the last one, because all these things are the foundations, the first three pillars. And the fourth one is creating your destiny using the law of attraction and the laws of the universe. So
Hmm.
that's how it goes.
Amazing, amazing. So I will also ask you that how you have become. What was the transformation that happened? I am sure you just shared also that your mentors started to help you. You were able to. But what is the transformations journey within you which help you? How did the pause? If there would have been no pause, were you living the same life, or you would be just working as an IT professional in some company? Was it better, or this is better? What do you think?
This is a new birth for me. This is 1 crore times better than anything I would have ever imagined, because that was a very sedentary kind of a lifestyle, a very mechanical one, no clue about what I'm doing and why I'm doing. And today I
Hmm.
have every for everything I do, I have my own why. And I'm very super clear about everything. Back then, I was like, huh, everybody has to get up, everybody has to go to work, everybody has to earn.
Hmm.
I'm also doing the same.
Hmm.
Everybody is
Hmm.
sending the school, child to the school. I'm just following the herd blindly.
Hmm.
Today it's not that. Today
Hmm.
I literally question every single thing which
Hmm.
comes my way and why I have to do this particular thing. Can I
Hmm.
do something else? Something
Hmm.
new which will benefit me and my family, my child? Do
Hmm.
I really have to blindly do what the society is telling or teaching us? And why,
Right.
you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is so wonderful. So, what I can say is that pause help you to rediscover yourself. I don't know if you have this program for you or not, but you can include this, that you can rediscover yourself,
Definitely.
how you are able to, because of that pause, because sometimes we feel that pause is just kind of a stop and a break which will break you actually, but actually it is in that pause the real freedom lies, and you were able to really free yourself, rediscover yourself,
Yes.
unleash, as you said, unleash yourself from that person of what you really are. Your authentic self really emerged, and it is now showing so clearly
So
here, bright
actually,
and
I love the
vibrant.
word which you said, breaking yourself. And it's very, very important, though it might seem painful or, what is happening. But
Mm,
breaking the old self is extremely important for the new self to be born.
mm,
Otherwise, you will always be stuck in the old self if it is not broken. Yeah, during the breaking period, it is a painful, it is
mm.
a lonely journey also. You
Yeah,
have to walk your paths. Nobody can walk it for you, only you have to walk. But people might be there who will, support you and handhold you, guide you. But it's the pain you have to go through to break that and create this new.
absolutely. It is like a metamorphosis of the butterfly. So
Exactly.
how the cocoon is broken and the larva is metamorphosized into a butterfly.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes I also go back and ask this question, that why do we need to break through?
Yeah, it's a very beautiful question actually, because why we have to break through? Because it's like a pot which has so many cracks within and the water is constantly leaking. And you are not able to fix the leaks. And but every time you go to fix it, you go to fix it with the old mindset,
Hmm.
with the old
Hmm.
old self. And again, those cracks are created because we exactly don't know how things work and why they work in that way. So that is why it is very important to break and create the new. Like it
Hmm.
could be limiting beliefs, it could be the old thinking patterns, it could be even the way we perceive things, it could be absolutely anything. And people have huge conditioning around, especially the relationships part, the love
Hmm.
part, the marriage part, and this part and that part, because of the media is playing a huge role from a long time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Social media is playing a huge role to actually bring this into kind of a, they're just showing it in a very different aspect,
Right.
which is not very disillusion, yeah, illusionary part. It is
Right.
illusion. especially
especially
the
the
new
film
generation.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah, the new generation gets illusioned by whatever is shown in the social media, and they start to expect the same things in their real life.
So true. And which can never ever happen in real life. So
Hmm.
that is why this constant, actually it's mind-boggling because people are like, it's happening there. Why isn't happening here in my life? What is wrong with me or what is wrong with my partner or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, yes, absolutely. So it is the real life, and the real life is so different. It is
Yeah,
just a matter of one A, but that A is makes a lot of difference.
true, so true.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Soumya. One last message for the viewers, if you would be able to tell us from your experience, from your the way you have molded yourself. I would just ask you to share a small message for our viewers.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much for that. Um, Actually, one thing when we were discussing, you said one sentence which really kind of struck me, that so many women are not even aware that they are suffering, and some are suffering, but they are not able to come out of their suffering because of any reason. For this, I used to think about myself back then that I suffered for so many years, and
Hmm.
only after that I could come out. Why not in the initial stages? And
Yes.
then the answer which came to me was, it's like I always give this example to my coaches or the, clients, like it's like a dog sitting on the nail. When it is, the pain is not so much so that it can get up and walk away. That particular breakthrough point has to come, that
Yes.
no, it is enough now, it's I can't take it anymore, and get up. So till that time people won't get up and change because they have
Yeah.
to get so much pain and bleed, and only then they will come
Yes.
out.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. So, what is your message, that we should not have that much of pain? We can come back easily, or should we bear the pain?
um what I have experienced in my life in all of this is, pain is a blessing in disguise.
Hmm.
I have always experienced that, when I connect the dots back. So if you're going through huge pain, and if you feel, no, I still have to endure more pain, ask yourself why.
Hmm.
This is the first question which I would highly recommend anybody to ask themselves, why you want to go through more pain.
Hmm.
And if you have a valid reason, great, go ahead. But if not, then please find someone to
Hmm.
help you to start working on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that one person is Soumya. You can really come here to Soumya, and
Thank you
she
so much.
will really
Not
help
just me,
you.
anybody.
Yes, it can be anybody, but when you are listening to this, we can reach out to her.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much, Soumya. It was really wonderful, and really appreciate that you were able to open your life book for us to read and to take some lessons out of that. Thank you so much. It was great having you here on Post Talk.
Thank you
Namaste.
so much. Yeah. Bye.